Most people shop motorhomes by looks.
Other news tonight, a scary situation for one Las Vegas man after the RV he was driving caught fire on a local freeway this morning.
Mechanics shop them by survival, and that difference is where the real opportunity lives. Right now, repair shops are full of newer rigs with expensive problems, but quietly, a small group of older motorhomes keeps coming in for simple maintenance and leaving under their own power. These are the builds mechanics respect, the ones made before shortcuts took over. The crazy part? A few of them are still selling under $5,000. That's not luck, that's timing. Because once buyers realize what actually lasts, this window closes. Today, you're getting the list most people never see. Let's start with the first one, and why it outlives almost everything else on the road. Number 11, Fleetwood Tioga. Steel and plywood still mattered when this motorhome rolled off the line. Before laminated foam cores became the shortcut of choice, the 1999 Fleetwood Tioga carried weight where it counted. Thick subfloors, mechanical fasteners, cabinet frames anchored in place, not glued, and hoped for the best. That construction decision is the first reason it survives, while newer builds collapse under repair invoices. Pull the data. National Automobile Dealers Association retail values typically land between $4,200 and $6,100, depending on condition. That price range has barely moved despite broader market swings. Why? Banks rarely finance units of this age. Without loan availability, demand narrows to cash transactions. Limited financing pressure keeps the number suppressed. Here is the part dealers do not advertise. Floor replacement on laminated foam core motorhomes routinely runs $8,000 to $12,000 once moisture spreads. Service invoices confirm it. A plywood subfloor, like the one inside the Tioga, can often be section repaired. Local labor, manageable materials, controlled cost. That difference alone can determine whether a repair becomes maintenance or financial damage. Underneath, the Ford E-Series chassis remains widely supported. Parts availability stays strong because the same platform served commercial fleets for decades. Accessibility means you are not chasing specialty components or waiting weeks for shipment. Downtime equals money. This platform reduces both. Age explains the discount. Construction explains the durability. That gap is where the opportunity hides. From here, structural seams become the next financial battlefield. Number 10. Bigfoot 24RB. Cold climates reveal weakness faster than marketing ever will. When temperatures fall below freezing and moisture works into every seam, only honest construction survives. The 2001 Bigfoot 24RB was built in British Columbia with that reality in mind. Instead of laminated sidewalls bonded with adhesive, it carries a two-piece molded fiberglass shell. Fewer seams mean fewer intrusion points. Fewer intrusion points mean fewer catastrophic repair bills. Service departments across northern states report delamination repairs on laminated motorhomes routinely exceeding $10,000 once wall separation begins. That is labor, structural rebuild, and cosmetic reconstruction combined. The molded fiberglass shell on the Bigfoot removes that primary failure category altogether. It does not rely on glue lines to keep water out. It relies on form and thickness. That difference shows up in long-term ownership cost. Beneath the body sits the Ford E-Series 450 chassis. Parts remain widely available because that same platform served ambulances and commercial fleets for decades. Accessibility reduces downtime. Reduced downtime protects cash flow. Owners routinely report engines surpassing 200,000 miles with routine maintenance, not exotic intervention. Insulation inside the 24RB is dense and practical. Tanks are enclosed. Plumbing lines are shielded. Freeze damage repairs can easily reach $5,000 on poorly protected motorhomes. Preventing that damage is cheaper than fixing it. Age keeps the price under $5,000 in many private sales. Construction keeps the repair exposure contained. That gap is the reason it earns its place here. From molded shells, we move toward riveted aluminum, where water resistance takes a different form altogether. If this breakdown is helping you see what most buyers overlook, take a second to support the channel. Like this video, subscribe for more video, and share your experience below. Number 9. Lazy Daze 26.5. Aluminum tells the truth faster than marketing brochures ever could. Tap the sidewall and you hear density, not hollow echo. the 1997 Lazy Daze. 26.5 was built with riveted aluminum panels rather than laminated fiberglass, bonded by adhesive. That decision changes everything about long-term cost. Rivets do not delaminate. Adhesive does. Private sale listings over the past several years regularly show well-kept examples asking between $6,000 and $9,000. Even with mileage above 100,000, lower condition units still surface under 5,000 when estates liquidate quickly. The spread exists because production numbers were limited. Scarcity supports price stability without dealer intervention. Water intrusion remains the single most expensive structural repair category in motorhomes. Service invoices for laminated wall rebuilds routinely exceed $8,000 once separation spreads beyond a localized area. Aluminum construction resists moisture absorption. If a seal fails, the panel does not sponge and swell. It can be resealed without reconstructing an entire wall. That difference is not cosmetic, it is financial. The Ford E-Series chassis underneath maintains broad parts availability across North America. Brake components, suspension pieces, ignition parts remain stocked because commercial fleets relied on the same architecture for decades. Availability controls labor cost controls ownership risk. Age keeps the acquisition price low. Construction keeps the repair exposure measured. That imbalance explains why informed sellers often hold firm on price, while mass market attention looks elsewhere. Beyond rivets and panels, mechanical simplicity begins to matter even more as weight drops and efficiency rises. Number 8. Toyota Dolphin. Small displacement can protect a bank account better than raw horsepower ever will. The 1992 Toyota Dolphin proves that durability is often tied to restraint. Built on the Toyota truck platform, powered by the 2.4-liter 22RE inline four-cylinder engine, this motorhome favors efficiency over excess. That engine earned a reputation for surpassing 200,000 miles with routine oil and coolant maintenance. Not heroic intervention. Fuel economy commonly lands between 16 and 18 miles per gallon, depending on terrain. Compare that to larger Class A motorhomes that average 8 to 10 miles per gallon. Over a 1,000-mile trip, the difference becomes measurable. At $4 per gallon, improved efficiency can mean well over $100 saved on a single extended drive. Stretch that across a season and the savings compound. Weight also reduces mechanical stress. Brake pads, rotors, suspension bushings, and wheel bearings last longer when mass stays controlled. Replacement brake work on heavier platforms can easily approach $2,000 once labor and parts combine. The Dolphin's lighter footprint keeps those intervals spaced further apart. Parts availability remains broad because Toyota produced truck components in high volume throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. You are not hunting rare specialty hardware. You are sourcing from established supply chains. Availability lowers delay. Delay lowers cost. Its modest size keeps market demand tempered, which is precisely why examples still surface under $5,000 in private sales. Simplicity suppresses hype, yet simplicity also suppresses repair exposure. Beyond lightweight engineering lies molded fiberglass strength, where structure replaces scale as the primary defense. Number 7. Chinook Concourse. Seams are where most motorhomes begin to fail. Water does not need a flood. It needs a hairline opening and time. The 1990 Chinook Concourse removed that vulnerability with a one-piece molded fiberglass body. No laminated sidewalls, no separate roof membrane stretched across joints, one unified shell. That engineering choice changed long-term ownership risk in ways buyers still overlook. Industry inspection summaries repeatedly identify roof seam intrusion as the leading cause of structural damage in Class C motorhomes. Once moisture penetrates a laminated construction, wall rebuild invoices routinely climb past $8,000. Molded fiberglass does not rely on adhesive layers that separate under heat and stress. It forms a rigid barrier that resists expansion and contraction far more predictably. Repair shifts from reconstruction to resealing. That difference determines whether a leak becomes inconvenience or financial event. Under the body sits the Toyota truck platform, paired with a dependable V6 engine configuration, common in late 1980s and early 1990s production. Parts availability remains broad Because those drivetrains served millions of vehicles, you are not dependent on niche suppliers. Routine maintenance parts remain affordable and accessible across North America. Availability reduces downtime. Reduced downtime preserves budget control. Private sale pricing often falls under $5,000 because production numbers were limited and marketing presence faded over time. Scarcity did not inflate value, it simply narrowed attention. Meanwhile, construction quality continues to deliver stability. Lightweight molded strength limits structural decay. Practical drivetrain support limits mechanical expense. That combination keeps risk measured rather than multiplied. From fiberglass unity, we shift toward reinforced safety architecture, where structure protects more than just walls. Number 6. Born Free 22RB. Safety rarely gets priced correctly in the used motorhomes market. Cosmetic wear lowers value fast. Structural engineering does not always show in photographs. The 1993 Born Free 22RB carries something most buyers never see at first glance: an integrated steel safety cage welded into the coach body. Not decorative reinforcement, real automotive-grade framing running from front to rear. That design choice changes financial exposure in ways few consider. Insurance industry assessments historically noted the reinforced structure in rollover scenarios compared with similar era Class C motorhomes. Structural collapse often determines whether a unit becomes a total loss. A total loss means replacement cost. Replacement cost means thousands, leaving your account at once. Reinforcement lowers that probability. Under the hood sits the Ford 7.5-liter V8 engine, paired to the Ford E350 chassis. That drivetrain earned a reputation for durability across commercial applications throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. Parts remain available because the platform served fleets for decades. Availability protects you from specialty pricing and long downtime. Downtime carries cost. Availability reduces it. Interior construction reflects the same philosophy: solid cabinetry, mechanical latches, thick fiberglass body panels, less adhesive, more fasteners. Adhesive failures inside laminated builds often trigger cabinet rebuilds costing $2,000 to $4,000 once labor is included. Mechanical fasteners can be tightened or replaced without dismantling entire sections. Brand closure keeps resale values modest. Marketing absence suppresses demand. Construction integrity remains. That gap explains why examples still trade under $5,000 in private sales. Reinforcement is insurance you never invoice. Strong framing reduces structural distortion during impact. Reduced distortion lowers the likelihood of irreversible damage. Lower risk translates into fewer catastrophic outcomes and steadier long-term ownership exposure. From reinforced cages, we turn toward engineering efficiency, where clever layout reduces strain before repairs ever begin. Number 5. Safari Trek. Innovation can quietly reduce repair bills when it is rooted in practicality instead of spectacle. The 1994 Safari Trek was engineered during a period when manufacturers still valued mechanical simplicity over layered electronics. Its most recognizable feature, the ceiling-mounted bed system, lowered from above rather than relying on slide mechanisms. Fewer slide systems mean fewer motors, fewer seals, and fewer high-stress gear assemblies. Underneath rests the Chevrolet P30 chassis, paired with the 7.4-liter V8 engine. That platform powered commercial step vans and delivery fleets throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. Parts remain accessible because production volumes were substantial. Accessibility keeps replacement components affordable. Affordable parts limit long-term ownership risk. Modern motorhomes with multiple slide-outs can incur slide motor replacements exceeding $3,000 once labor and alignment are included. The Safari Trek avoids that exposure entirely. Its interior layout expands vertically rather than outward. Expansion without mechanical complexity preserves structural rigidity and reduces potential leak points around extended walls. Weight distribution also remains controlled. Lower overall mass reduces brake strain and suspension fatigue. Brake service on heavier Class A motorhomes can easily approach $2,000 per axle once rotors and labor combine. A lighter chassis spaces those intervals further apart. maintenance timing affects cash flow. Private party listings frequently show examples trading between $4,000 and $6,000 depending on condition. Limited marketing presence and unconventional layout keep mainstream demand muted. That suppression creates opportunity for those who prioritize durability over novelty. Mechanical restraint often ages better than complexity. Fewer powered components mean fewer synchronized failures. When systems remain simple, troubleshooting stays straightforward. Straightforward systems reduce labor time, and reduced labor time limits escalating service invoices. From mechanical restraint, we shift toward cabinetry strength, where interior materials quietly determine repair exposure over decades. Number 4. Coachmen Leprechaun. Open the cabinet door and you can feel the difference immediately. The 1995 Coachmen Leprechaun was assembled when solid wood framing and mechanical fasteners were still standard practice. Hinges are screwed into real backing, not pressed into thin composite board. That single detail determines whether a repair costs a few dollars or several thousand. Interior failures in laminated motorhomes often begin with adhesive fatigue. When glue lets go, cabinetry shifts. Once that shift spreads, removal and reconstruction can run between $2,000 and $4,000 in labor and materials. The Leprechaun relies more on physical fastening than chemical bonding. A loose hinge can be tightened. A separated laminate wall cannot be simply reattached. Underneath, many 1995 examples ride on the Chevrolet 350 cubic inch V8 platform. That engine powered trucks and commercial vehicles for decades. Parts remain widely available. Ignition components, water pumps, alternators, brake assemblies, stocked across major suppliers. Availability reduces downtime. Reduced downtime limits secondary expenses like storage or towing. Floor construction matters just as much as cabinetry. Thick plywood subfloors handle localized moisture better than foam core panels. If a leak develops around a bathroom seam, section replacement remains possible. Full structural rebuild is less likely. That difference protects long-term ownership cost. Market pricing reflects age, not construction. Private listings frequently show examples between $3,800 and $5,000 depending on condition. Cosmetic wear lowers asking price, even when structural integrity remains strong. Interior materials quietly determine longevity. Solid wood tolerates tightening and reinforcement. Adhesive bonded panels demand full replacement when they fail. That distinction defines whether upkeep remains maintenance or escalates into reconstruction. Durability in wood and steel forms a base layer. Above that foundation, corrosion resistance becomes the next financial variable to examine closely. Number 3. Airstream Land. Yacht. Polished aluminum does more than reflect sunlight. It reflects engineering discipline. The 1996 Airstream Land Yacht was assembled using riveted aircraft-style aluminum panels over a solid frame, not laminated fiberglass sheets bonded with adhesive. Rivets hold. Adhesive ages. That distinction becomes financial once water and time apply pressure. The Chevrolet P30 chassis beneath it carried the 7.4-liter V8 engine, a drivetrain widely used in commercial delivery fleets across North America during the 1980s and 1990s. Broad production volumes mean continued parts availability. Availability protects you from specialty pricing. Specialty pricing increases ownership risk. Aluminum resists corrosion differently than laminated composites. When sealant fails on laminated walls, moisture can infiltrate foam cores, leading to structural swelling and repair invoices that frequently exceed $10,000 once reconstruction begins. Aluminum panels, by contrast, can be resealed and maintained without reconstructing entire wall sections. Maintenance remains preventative rather than catastrophic. Resale listings often show mid-1990s land yacht examples, asking between $8,000 and $12,000 in strong condition, while estate or time-sensitive sales occasionally dip below $6,000. That pricing gap reflects liquidity pressure, not systemic structural failure. Demand remains steady because material integrity remains visible. Interior construction also favored solid cabinetry and mechanical fasteners rather than adhesive reliance. Cabinet separation repairs in laminated builds commonly run between $2,000 and $4,000 once labor is counted. Mechanical joinery reduces that exposure. Age depresses the sticker price. Material choice preserves durability. That imbalance is the opportunity. Material choice dictates aging pattern. Aluminum oxidizes gradually and predictably. Laminated composites degrade internally before symptoms appear. Predictable wear allows planning. Hidden decay forces reaction. Planning protects resources far better than reaction. Beyond aluminum elegance lies compact restraint, where lighter platforms quietly minimize wear before repairs ever accumulate. Number 2. Winnebago Warrior Toyota. Platform, compact size often translates into mechanical mercy. The 1989 Winnebago Warrior, built on the Toyota truck platform, carries less weight than most Class C motorhomes of its era. Less weight reduces stress on brakes, suspension, wheel bearings, and driveline components. Reduced stress stretches service intervals. Extended intervals protect cash reserves. Power comes from the Toyota 3.0-liter AV6 engine, commonly paired with automatic transmissions, proven in light-duty trucks throughout the 1980s. Historical service records from fleet operators showed these drivetrains surpassing 200,000 miles when maintenance schedules were followed consistently. Volume production kept parts widely available. Wide availability limits markup. Fuel economy often falls between 14 and 17 miles per gallon, depending on terrain and load. Larger gasoline-powered Class A motorhomes commonly average 8 to 10 miles per gallon. Over a 1,000-mile trip, that efficiency difference can exceed $100 in fuel cost at moderate pump prices. Season after season, savings accumulate quietly. Brake service on heavier platforms can approach $2,000 per axle once rotors and labor are combined. The lighter, Toyota-based chassis lowers both component size and frequency of replacement. Smaller components mean smaller invoices. Private party listings regularly show examples trading between $3,500 and $5,000, depending on condition. Limited financing options keep pricing grounded in cash transactions. Demand stays practical rather than speculative. Its modest footprint deters buyers chasing slide-outs and oversized storage. That hesitation keeps the entry cost low. Construction simplicity keeps ownership predictable. Lower mass means gentler stress cycles across every component. Bearings, joints, and mounts experience less strain per mile traveled. Reduced strain extends usable lifespan. Extended lifespan stabilizes long-term maintenance budgeting. Beyond compact efficiency waits the final platform, where commercial fleet heritage delivers long-term service security. Number 1. Gulfstream Conquest. Commercial fleet heritage hides beneath this bodywork. The 1998 Gulfstream Conquest rides on the Ford E-Series chassis, a platform trusted by ambulances, shuttle buses, and delivery vans throughout North America for decades. That history matters. Fleet usage means long production runs. Long production runs mean abundant parts. Abundant parts keep repair costs grounded. Under the hood sits the Ford Triton V10 engine, displacing 6.8 liters, and engineered for heavy-duty service. Properly maintained examples routinely surpass 200,000 miles without internal rebuild. The same architecture powered thousands of commercial vehicles, which means ignition components, brake assemblies, suspension parts, and driveline hardware remain widely stocked through national suppliers. Availability prevents specialty pricing. Specialty pricing drains reserves. Private sale listings often show 1998 Conquest models trading between $4,000 and $6,000 depending on condition. Age pushes the sticker downward. Platform support keeps long-term ownership viable. That imbalance creates a quiet opportunity. Interior construction reflects late 1990s priorities. Solid cabinetry, mechanical fasteners, real plywood subfloors instead of laminated foam cores. Floor replacement in laminated motorhomes frequently exceeds $8,000 once structural separation spreads. Section repairs in plywood systems remain manageable. Manageable repairs preserve capital. Brake service intervals benefit from the chassis' commercial design. Heavy-duty components were engineered for load-bearing consistency. Consistency reduces surprise failures. Fewer surprises mean steadier budgeting. Market attention gravitates toward newer, discounted inventory, burdened by financing pressure. Meanwhile, this Conquest remains priced by age rather than structural merit. Fleet-derived platforms benefit from volume economics. Volume production drives competition among suppliers. Competition stabilizes pricing. Stable pricing preserves service flexibility. Flexibility keeps ownership from becoming dependent on rare components or single-source vendors. If this list changed how you see the used motorhome market, that's the point. Real durability doesn't shout, it survives. These builds earned respect in repair bays, not showrooms. If you've owned one or you're hunting right now, tell us what you've seen in the comments so others can shop smarter. If this saved you money or stress, tap like so it reaches the people who need it. And subscribe for more straight, no hype breakdowns of what lasts, what fails, and where hidden value lives before prices move. The market rewards patience, but it punishes guesses.